Hello and welcome again to the Last Chronicles of Planet Earth. If you'd like to receive my free book, The Last Chronicles of Planet Earth, it's a documentary on Bible prophecy and current events. You can download the book today for free by going to www.bibleprophecyman.com. And it's a thriller. It's got proof, evidence, and documents to show you that we are definitely living in the last days based on everything that the Lord had warned that we would see if we were watching. Now, what I'm going to be covering now is, excuse me, is a prophecy from the book of Revelation. And for those who have been just tuned in to my YouTube channel, today is more information coming out for May 26th of 2011. But I'd like to go and read you some of the news about the drugs. And obviously, if you read Revelation chapter 9, verse 20 to 21, you will see that the Lord shows us that in the last days, our generation would be known as the drug generation. You'll see that Greek word pharmakeia, which is drugs. And then when you do a study on it, you'll find out that it's incantations and it's all kinds of different things that you use for demonic means and whatnot. But it also signifies pharmacy, drugs, which most of the Americans are taking it at least one or two, sometimes even more. And narcotics is definitely on the rise. But I'm going to show you one segment of the global problem that we're experiencing now with the drugs, because this prophecy has come to pass, and that would be in Mexico. Now, when you go to my website, you'll see the recent news that again there's violence in Mexico. It says a gun battle between rival gang or drug gangs in the western Mexican left 29 bullet-ridden bodies in a fake military uniforms heaped across the roadway and inside bullet-ridden vehicles in a Pacific Coast state of Nayarit. The Army said on Thursday the bodies, all male, were found Wednesday scattered around a 14 shot pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles, two of which were bullet-proofing. So there was, in this area, it also goes on to tell us that there were 700 people that fled their villages amid fighting between the rival drug traffickers, which appeared to be unrelated to the Nayarit conflict. So Mexico is in shambles. They're being run more and more by their drug cartels. The police are afraid. I mean, people are afraid. We're seeing more and more news come out where the drug cartels are actually cutting people's heads off. It's really sick information, but this is the product of what happens when you release the drugs in, and at least trying to push the drugs into society. And it's a sick situation. It's so sick there that there's more deaths in Mexico than there are in the Iraqi war, and that just shows you for the Americans that are very close to that border, and now that violence is starting to spill over into the United States. Now let me go to another prophecy. In Matthew 24, you'll see that one of the first things that Jesus talked about, look in verse 5, he talks about men claiming to be Jesus Christ. He talks about also in the Matthew 24, he talks about the false prophets, so we know all of these different things are coming at the same time in the same generation, and they are. Now you'll see an article at my website about Harold Camping. Let me read this, because in Ephesians 6:12 it says, "We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against the powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places." Now I knew that there was going to be a downfall to this false prophet by the name of Harold Camping, who said that in September of 94, you'll see this in the article when you go to my website, that in 94 September the end of the world was going to take place. It didn't happen. Then again, we just saw this for May 21st of 2011, and that didn't happen. And a lot of people gave up a lot of money, and I knew that there was going to be backlashes to this for the people who trusted him, how they would feel that they've been following somebody who was wrong again, people who spent all kinds of money. And in the background, you just know that there wouldn't be anything good, and the devil would use this information to destroy what could be good. Now, Harold Camping has a radio station called the Family Radio, and now there's atheist groups that are attacking the radio station and Harold Camping. They're saying that they're legally responsible for the people that were hurt, people that gave money, and they're now drawing plans to go to the feds, as you're going to be reading in the article, to pursue legal actions against the radio station and against Harold Camping. Now, if this is an atheist group, so what is the real agenda here? Is the real agenda to try to get money back to the people, or to stifle the word of the Lord? Well, if they're atheists and they don't believe in God, one of the things that they don't want is other people to believe in God. They want them more or less to take away their beliefs and take away the vehicle of spreading the word of God. Now, Harold Camping is obviously somebody that you shouldn't be following, but what he is part of a radio station that some of the programs on that radio stations are phenomenal programs. The pastors are right on. They're good spiritual leaders. They do not set dates. They have sound doctrine. But what happens here is the devil comes now because of the spiritual warfare that you see in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, and he's going to try to demolish the whole radio station, make it bad. It's already looking bad for the Christian community, because it makes those who went out in the streets saying that the end of the world was going to happen on May 21st of 2011, it makes all of those people look like freaks, people that are weird. And again, Satan uses those people who did not follow the sound doctrine to whitewash the true Word of God. And obviously, nobody knows the day or the hour. Even Jesus Christ said that. So go and read the article. You'll see the attempts that are going to be made against Harold Camping and this family radio station, this Christian radio station. So, and what I've had a lot of emails coming my way, and people saying that, well, Harold Camping, while Harold Camping is, he gave a false prophecy, that he's still doing good because he's on this he's got this family radio, and a lot of people are being saved. Well, you have to look at it this way. First of all, Harold Camping, as I said, is one among many that are on that radio station. Take his work now, again, that you know that the second time that it hasn't come to pass, and don't listen to him anymore. All right, just put him aside, because the guy is not going to stop. He's already come up with a new date now, I believe in October of this year now, saying. So he's not going to stop doing this. So you have to just stop listening to a man who is a false prophet, a false teacher, and who is not containing in self sound doctrine. But to disregard the rest is really a crime in itself, and it's a spiritual battle being won by the devil himself, who's trying to demolish the whole Christian station. So what I would say, you don't have to get rid of family radio unless, this is what I say, if family radio says that, well, we don't want to get rid of Harold Camping, then I would say that Harold, the radio station, falls in the category allowing sound doctrine, or unsound doctrine, allowing somebody to stay on the air that they blatantly know is a false teacher, a false prophet. And if that's the case, then the family radio, to me, the value of that was definitely diminished, and you should find another station, one that doesn't propagate this false teaching, because it is dangerous. Other people come to listen to this good teaching, but keep in mind, they're coming and they hear this garbage that's being spewed out of his mouth that is nothing but junk, and it's not true. They're lies and distortions. So it's you really have to stand your ground. Either you're going to follow sound doctrine or you're not. You can't have both baskets here, because it just doesn't go that way. You have to know that who you're going to follow. You're going to follow what Jesus said or the money. I mean, if the family radio is more concerned about the money and staying on the air, then they should be off the air. Because God is not interested in money. He's interested in souls, in hearts. And that's one of the reasons why I never charge for anything that I do, because I eliminate that completely. And I know that my ministry is fully trusting in Jesus Christ. And obviously, I believe that other people should be doing the same exact thing, because the Lord will provide. He always does. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And to stay firm in the doctrine, and you will be blessed. But stay away from Harold Camping. Don't listen to him. And if Family Radio continues to have this man on there, I would recommend that nobody listens to that station. Go to some other Christian stations. The Word of God with Chuck Smith is a dominant. Calvary Chapel, look it up on your internet. Calvary Chapel has radio stations across the country and obviously around the world now. So they're an on-fire church. They preach verse by verse from Genesis all the way to Revelation. They are a Bible-based, fundamental sound doctrine church. And I would recommend anybody that has been watching the Family Radio or listening to them, if Harold Camping stays on that station, I would recommend that you go and find where you can hear some good teaching from Calvary Chapel and not have to worry about people setting dates. But if they ever did, believe me, I would be the first one to let you know about it in relation to the warning that Jesus Christ gives to us in these last days. Thank you.